So the American government shutdown is now in its 31st day, and still the White House and the Congress continue to operate. Now, during a shutdown, the White House continues to function because the government's core operations related to the executive office of the president are considered essential services. That is to ensure the continuity of the government and national security. Now, the executive office of the president is funded through Congress-approved discretionary spending under the federal budget. During a shutdown, only critical personnel such as national security staff, senior advisors and maintenance teams stay on, while others are placed on furlough until funding resumes. The salaries of the president and vice president are permanent allocations and cannot be altered during their terms. So they continue to be paid, while essential employees must report to work. They are not paid during a shutdown. The reason is the funds for their salaries have not been appropriated by the Congress. However, they usually granted back pay once the government shutdown ends and a funding bill is passed. Now, the White House gets its operating money through the executive office of the president appropriation, while the U.S. Senate is funded via the legislative branch appropriations bill. That covers the senators' salaries, staff and administrative expenses. And both draw funding from taxpayer money that is appropriated by the Congress and is signed into law by the president. In essence, while many operations are scaled back, most essential staff work without immediate pay. Separately, the Senate snubbed Trump by passing a resolution for the third time this week. The legislations have opposed Trump's tariffs on key trading partners. However, the vote is mostly symbolic, and the resolutions need to be approved by the House. However, the top Republican House leaders have refused to bring it up for a vote, effectively stalling the measure. The Senate's message may be symbolic, but it's a clear political signal, even amongst the Republicans. And there are mounting concerns over the president's unpredictable tariff strategy. The debate isn't over yet. The Supreme Court will hear arguments next week on whether the president's use of emergency powers to impose tariffs is constitutional. For now, though, the White House may have the final say, but not without a growing pushback from within its own ranks.